So, Andy Arton gave me a whole bunch of wood from an apple tree that I helped cut down. And this was one of the more interesting chunks with all the little branches coming out. 4 main branches. I figured there's going to be a lot of activity inside of this little log. I had to take this off. Didn't really want to, but I had to take it off to get a center bite up here. I think it's going to work out though. It's going to be pretty. So I had to shorten it up just a little bit to get the balance correct. I was still able to maintain all of the interesting points. And it's going to be a live edge piece, so it turns out the way that I'm envisioning it, it's going to be quite pretty. Plus, Applewood is so beautiful anyways. It's one of my very favorite woods to turn. I've had this log kicking around my shop for well over a year, 14, 15 months, I'd say. So it's nice and dry. It's got some checking going on coming from the pith. I showed you the end of the log at the beginning of the video, but I'm not concerned about it because there's no major cracking. Those little checks are going to be part of the character of this piece once it's done. At least that's what I'm hoping. I actually had a really fun time using this roughing gouge. I hadn't used it in quite a while. I don't do a lot of spindle work. I thought this was a perfect opportunity to use this great big thing. It made some beautiful shavings. Shavings that I think I'm going to be smoking some pork with this winter, next spring. Maybe some salmon too. Now, as dry as this wood is, that rough and gouge is cutting through that end grain like butter. It's just a pleasure. What I'm doing there is establishing a tenon so I can mount it in my 4-jaw chuck. I'll show you a different view of it here soon. So this is a little different than what I normally do. I usually cut a mortise into the base. I don't prefer using tenons, but on this piece I thought that was the best way to go, as I didn't want to drill into the base of this vase with to mount a faceplate or anything like that. And I'll just cut the tenon off with my bandsaw and then sand it flat. And right now I'm just establishing the exterior shape for the most part before I start working on the inside of the vase and hollowing it out. I say hollow out, but I'm only going to hollow out probably the top third of this vase, and the rest is going to be just a fairly slim hole going down inside. Maybe an inch and a half in diameter, which is why I'm calling this a stem vase. If it works out the way I'm hoping, it's going to be a beauty. You all can decide that. I mentioned earlier that this is going to have a live edge or a natural edge. I'll correct that now and say it's going to be a partial live edge. It's going to kind of wrap around and come down, as you can see here. So I thought this was worthy of a slow motion shot. That was kind of surprising. All right. Nathan Bryant. Hasn't been turning for that long, but he's clearly got some wood turning skills. Some gorgeous, gorgeous work. Thanks for sharing, Nathan. And as always, I want to take this time to thank all of my subscribers. You know, the way I show a lot of your work on my channel is just a way of me saying thank you. Just trying to give back a little bit. I really appreciate you all. Now, keeping in mind that this is mounted in the chuck just by that tenon, you want to approach this slowly and deliberately, not with a lot of pressure. Just let the tool or the sharpness of the tool's edge do the work for you. Don't muscle it, or you're going to knock this thing right out of the chuck. Slow and easy wins this race. Plus, why hurry? Enjoy the process. I sure do. And a little bit of high-speed action. I know there's some of you out there that like it. When I applied this denatured alcohol to raise the grain, I got the first look of what this grain was really going to look like once I've got the finish on it. It's even more beautiful than I could have imagined. There's so much going on. Here I'm adding the axe, the polish, just putting a little bit of a sheen over top of this beautiful wood. It doesn't need a high gloss shine. It really doesn't need anything except a little bit of moisture to bring out those colors. It's just amazing. Let me know what you think. All of that hidden inside a little log. What a blessing. Thanks for watching. I sure appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I'd appreciate that too. Semper Fi.